Hey everybody, welcome back. It is that time. We are about to do a rewatch of Independence Day. So, obviously, I'm gonna go see the sequel, Resurgence, in a couple of days. Well, actually, by the time you're seeing this, probably seeing it. And I'm excited as hell to do so. So, it's been years since I've actually sat down and watched this bad boy, so I thought I'd give it a try, right? I don't know that I'm gonna have time to sit down and watch the extended cut and do a comparison video like I really want to. Maybe I will. I guess it could come out after I see the new movie. There's no rules about those kind of things. This is the Eric Butch channel. I make the rules. I make the rules. Wow, okay. I'm excited because I've ordered a pizza and it's almost out for delivery. So I'm excited. So I'm gonna sit down and watch this bad boy and have a good time doing it. It is, assuming this was the theatrical cut they're discussing, it is 145 minutes, so about 2.5 hours of Will Smith goodness and Jeff Goldblum awesomeness, so can't go wrong there. Plus some great Roland Emmerich destruction, which is what that man does well. He doesn't do a lot of other things very well, but he does destruction incredibly well. He is an innovator. So I'm kind of excited to get reacquainted with the characters, remind myself where we left off in this story, so I'll be ready to pick up with it 20 years later for the new movie, which I'm surprised how excited for that I am. But once I saw that trailer, and if you see my trailer reaction, yeah, I got really excited for that. It's almost got some awesome Starship Troopers vibes to it too, so very, 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 very cool stuff. So I guess that's really all I gotta say about it until after I watch it, and then I'll come back and kind of recap and say what I did and did not like, right? So, okay, cool guys, let's do it. Let's watch. So there we go. Actually, really, really good movie. A lot more emotion to it than I actually remember, and I'm wondering if that's because it's co-written by Dean Devlin, who I did look it up, and his name is listed as one of the screenwriters on the new one, so there's promise there, but he's one of like 9 screenwriters, whereas the first one had like 2 or something, so who knows. Real quick, the other thing, before I get into all this that was bothering me is Randy Quaid's youngest son. I was like, is that a young Joseph Gordon-Levitt, blah, 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 and it's not, and I couldn't place him, I was going through all these people, so I had to look that up, and it's a guy named Giuseppe Andrews, and if you remember the original Cabin Fever, he's that weird ass cop that shows up like, hey, the party man. What's up, party man? Yeah, party man. So that's actually really cool because when I finally saw a picture of him and saw his name, I'm like, wait a minute, is that guy? And I'm like, yes, it is. But yeah, so lots of cool stuff to go over in this. It'll be interesting to see how some of this stuff plays into the sequel because it's like a direct sequel, so exciting stuff. It was neat to see President Rosalind as the president's wife. Shame she died. That was actually kind of emotional. I had to not think of it too close to personal life or it was gonna get me too bad when I wasn't really in the mood to be gotten that way. It was neat kind of seeing the daughter, knowing that the daughter's gonna play a big part in the new movie, all grown up. It was neat watching Will Smith's character's son, Steve Miller, Will Smith was named Steve Miller. See his son being so little and adorable. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with him in the new movie. And since they were promising him fireworks, I wonder if that'll play into the new movie, something about him liking fireworks. I don't know. But that'll be kind of interesting. Or the cigars thing, the fat lady hasn't sung. Since he would have had some time, since the death happened off screen of Will Smith, supposedly, he seems to be dead in this new movie. It'll be interesting to see what holdovers they gave to his grown-up son, who should be like, maybe, I don't know, like 25, something like that, maybe. But that's pretty cool. Most of the visual effects hold up pretty well, actually, considering. Totally forgot Vivica A. Fox's character was a stripper, and that the son is not actually Will Smith's character's son, but, he's not adopted, but I guess technically adopted, or I guess stepson, that's the word I'm looking for. So that may come into play too, I don't know. It's interesting seeing Brent Spiner because they didn't really, I remember him being dead in that movie, and he looks pretty dead, but the guy, Adam Baldwin, which we'll get to in a minute, just takes his pulse and, but doesn't really say, so I guess he could be back for the new one, because I think I've seen him in the trailers. But also it's interesting because, the alien got in his head and everything through the telepathy, the way they communicate, but also got in the president's head before they killed that live alien that, Will Smith brought back, bam, welcome to Earth, that kind of thing. From the awesome plane fight, the first plane fight where our Air Force got decimated. Although it was a little weird that Will Smith never really took an emotional moment to, be worried or sad about the loss of all his friends. But shit was going on, I guess. So he's a soldier, he's got to keep at it. But I wonder if, since the aliens kind of got in the president's head, if that's why, because, if that's going to play into the new movie. It looks like it might, because it looks like he might have gone a little Randy Quaid crazy in this. It was neat. Randy Quaid character, that was very, very cool. His kids, his oldest kid was like, what was that movie called? The Doom Generation and some other stuff like that. I think maybe he was even in Donnie Darko, right? I'm pretty sure he was in that too. I don't know whatever happened to that guy. I've already looked up his name, I already forgot it. I'm terrible with names, sorry, but pretty interesting actor, and he doesn't really show up anymore, which is a shame, or at least he's not showing up in anything I've seen. Or maybe he's just gotten so good I don't even recognize him. But very cool. I like that it started on June 2nd, and they did now it's June 3rd, now it's July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th, for the Independence Day thing. And it's cool in the new trailers they show we are celebrating Independence Day as a global event now. Yeah, it was pretty easy for Jeff Goldblum's computer to connect with the alien computer, but then again, it's like he had spent all that time, I guess, already getting it to communicate with the ship in Area 51. I like the reveal of Area 51, and even the president didn't know because of plausible deniability. The Secretary of Defense, I guess, was like, yeah, he was really weaselly, so it's pretty cool when the president fired him, although don't know that it works that way, but under those circumstances, yeah, it fucking worked that way. So that was cool. The David Levinson love story, I was more emotionally engaged with he and his father's story, so that was really, really cute. Especially at the end when he kind of brings his dad's religion back to him and all that and gives his dad credit for thinking of the virus and all that. So that's pretty neat. Adam Baldwin, Jane from Firefly, and my buddy on Chuck too. That was really cool seeing him look really young. He looks like him, but is clearly very, very young. So a lot of people showing up in this movie. I don't remember being in this movie or wasn't aware of them at the time. So that's pretty cool. And then a lot of really great classic actors that have been around forever, like the General and all that. So yeah, very much enjoyed that. The running from the explosion and the dog surviving and her hiding in the alcove without closing a door or anything and none of the flames come in. Yeah, it doesn't really work that way, but okay, whatever. You do have to shut your brain off for a certain level of these popcorn movies. It was neat seeing the stripper friend join the crazies who are on top of the building welcoming the aliens and all of that. It's funny because at one point somebody was, I think, blaming the president about if we had acted sooner, or talking to the president about if we had acted sooner, we could have saved so many more lives. And I'm thinking, why is no one blaming his press secretary that was David's ex-wife? Because, if she would have just fucking listened to him to start with, so really a lot of lives lost, a lot of blood is on her hands because she wouldn't listen to him. And she should have known him well enough at that point to be like, this guy doesn't really call me or bother me. Why is he calling me? This must be important. I did like that his dad didn't understand the kind of IT stuff that he did and how important or how technical his job was. He was just like, he just works at the cable company, that kind of thing. So that's pretty neat. It's like a 2.5 hour movie, so there was a lot of stuff. All the air combat stuff was pretty cool. That the president turned out to be an old combat fighter, so he had to go up because they needed all the pilots they could get. I thought that was a really nice touch. I like the nice touch of using Morse code to communicate with everybody. I did love when Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum were in the alien ship and it opens the windows, and after a while when they're ready to give up and just shoot the missile, they just get up like, hey, what's going on? Hi, haha, we beat you, motherfucker. That kind of thing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, ship gets loose and, they make it out in the scary climactic chase and somehow don't get destroyed by all the debris flinging them through the atmosphere to Earth. But I'll let it go. There are some inconsistencies in this. Harry Connick Jr., I remember being pretty cool when I first saw it. I found him quite annoying this time around. Kind of glad he shouldn't be coming back for the sequel. I guess there's a reason he didn't really show up in too many more movies after that. I mean, he was giving it all. He was really trying. He wasn't bad. He was just, the way he was playing the character and the way it was written, he was a bit annoying. Oh man, yeah, I like the idea of figuring out the countdown clock through the satellites and the cable feed. I thought that was actually really clever. The saving the Earth through recycling and all that. The super green Jeff Goldblum is kind of interesting. He does do the thing, must go faster, must go faster. Is that the same thing he said in Jurassic Park? And which one came first? I can't remember. Was he referencing one and the other, or did he say it in both, or is that just my imagination? Pretty sure he did it in both. I'm thinking this might have been a reference to Jurassic Park, but I'm not positive because I feel like Jurassic Park came out a year ahead of this. The ship stuff is really cool. I like, all the overarching shots of the ships coming over all the big cities. That was pretty nice. The discovery of us being us being exterminated basically was cool, and that the president saw into the alien's head too. So I'm imagining that's going to come back into play. Never picked up on it before, but now that I had the Blu-ray, and when Smith and Goldblum get in the alien ship and they see the thousands of aliens lining up in marching formation for invasion, and all the invasion ships floating around or the troop transports, that was pretty interesting stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a very, very enjoyable movie. It's better than I remember it, and I don't remember it being bad by any means. I'm remembering it being more like a modern Roland Emmerich movie where there wasn't a lot of emotion and heart to it, but this had a lot more emotion and heart than a lot of his movies do have. And that's not saying his movies are bad. You go see a Roland Emmerich movie because you want to see incredible effects of destruction and such. That's generally what you go see his movies for. So it's nice to see that with some good character development and some good heart. So hopefully we'll bring a lot of that to the new one. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. I don't think there was really anything else too terribly important to get through there. So yeah, I guess that's it. So I don't know if like I said, I don't know if I get the chance to do the extended cut because I just don't know if I'll have time. I will try if I can. We'll try to get that out, but no promises. Again, maybe I can do it after I see the new movie this weekend. I'll have a little more time, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, guys, I really enjoyed it. Please feel free in the comments, talk about this original. Let me know if you're going to see the new one. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the original, what you do remember, what you don't. Did I remind you of anything? Let me, what's your favorite scene? Who's your favorite character? That kind of stuff. Let's geek out in the comments. That's what these things are for, is just letting our freak flags fly, as I'm fond of saying these days. So let's do that. And then other than that, thumbs up of encouragement. You want to encourage me to keep doing these things for fun. Subscribe if you're new here, because we do all kinds of fun, nerdy, geeky stuff every single day on the Eric Butts channel. And of course, share with your friends, because if you're cool, they're cool, and I want us all to party together, okay? Cool beans, guys. All right, well, I think I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna pour myself a drink, because I have been working nonstop since 3 o'clock this afternoon, and it is 20 after midnight. Granted, the last 2.5 hours were eating pizza and watching a movie, but still. Pour myself a drink. I'm gonna edit for maybe like 40 minutes, get a little ahead of the curve, and then I'm gonna relax. So until the next one, gang, I'm getting out of here, and I'll see you later.